Good morning, guys, man. It's Donald and Mary, and we are going to be discussing gaps, what towns to go to when you hit them here in North Georgia, and why you should go to that town instead of this town. And so, we've been here for a long time, man, and we've been taking care of hikers, and some know us and some don't, and yada, yada, yada. But throughout the years, man, we've talked to a lot of hikers, and at one time it was really just kind of us and Ron Brown and Brett and Jeff out here for years, man, really doing the main shuttle scene. There's only a few people that run year round here, and not everyone does. So, but Mary and I for years now have been running year round, and so this time of year, man, it's hard to get a shuttle out here. And so the thing is, man, is there are certain towns that are in the books and on far out that are not really, they're not really a good town to go to, man, because the way that it's positioned and the amount of businesses that are located there that actually shuttle or have a trail related business or focused business. There's like a taxi down there. I think it's Mama's Taxi, and she's really cool, man, and been out here for years, man, helping out, man. But that's Dahlonega's taxi, shuttle service. And so Dahlonega from Woody Gap and like Gooch Gap and Cooper Gap and Horse Gap area, it's closer, but the chances of you getting stuck down there are super high, man. And
also, once you get to town down there, most of the hotels and everything are way over here, and what you need are way over here. And over the years, we've had hikers calling us, I'm at such and such a hotel, I need to go maybe to Walmart or something.
And it's a mile or two away.
And it's a distance, and they don't want to walk to that, and why should they have to walk to that? So that's one of the things that we have found with that town. You have your lodging in one spot, but then you get a haul all the way to any other services that you might need.
That's right. And so that's additional services that you're going to have to pay for. So, and the hotels actually are more expensive. That's actually a college town, and it's on the other side of the mountains, man. So picture the trail, man, just like this. So the trail actually goes east first. So it starts off at if you say the approach trail, if you're starting at the approach trail, it goes north. But once you hit Springer Mountain, man, you start to head east across the state. So you're cutting through these spots, man. But the thing is, man, is on the north side of the trail is where more trail related towns are. They're smaller, they're not near the city, so they're cheaper. The hotel rooms are cheaper. They're set up for aspiring through hikers and hikers. Like, they have their own prices, which the Holiday Inn and Comfort down there, I don't think it's Comfort anymore. Is there a Holiday Inn?
There is a Holiday Inn and there's Comfort Inn. It's the old Days Inn, and then there's the Comfort Inn, which is the old Holiday Inn, and the Holiday Inn is downtown now, kind of on that square. They changed their location.
Okay, they switched it. It's probably the same owners. So anyways, man, yeah, dude, it's probably the same owners, and they own all the stores too, probably. Man. Wicked cool people, man. He actually asked us years ago to, a lot of businesses do that, man. They'll ask shuttle drivers to, give their business, and they'll give them a kickback. But we don't do that stuff, man. It's not necessary. We don't roll that way. If a hiker wants to go somewhere and it doesn't sound like it's a good spot to go, we make suggestions, but we never tell someone what to do. It's your hike, man. It's not our place to tell anyone what to do. We don't talk about gear or tell anyone what to do, because we just don't do that, man. It can cause arguments. It can cause,
disappointment.
Yeah. And the thing to do, man, usually, man, is to keep the conversation neutral, meaning no politics, no religion, no gear talk, man, unless it's small little gear talk. But we don't say, oh, that gear sucks, man. This is what I carry. You know what I mean, man? It's like, dude, that's a good selection. Keep working with it and building your gear, man, your gear closet to, so you can have different setups for different hikes. We don't ever put anyone down or tell them what to buy or how to do it, because I don't believe in that, man.
And what works for one person might not work for somebody else. So each hiker, each individual has to tailor to themselves And, sometimes you get it great the first time, and sometimes trial and error, and you'll eventually find what you need and what works for you. And for you, that is the right piece of gear because it works for you.
That's right. And we live and we learn, man. You buy a cheap piece of gear and you're out in your tent, dude, and 20-degree weather, dude, and you're in a 40-degree bag, dude, or a 30 that says it holds 30 and will hold 20, but really only holds 50. That's a learning lesson. And so that's for you to learn. With a lot of people, man, like me, man, I'm hard-headed. I'm gonna have to go through it to learn it. And so I get it, dude. Right. But anyways, man, we never tell anyone where to go. But so Dahlonega, man, it's a tough town to get out of, and a lot of people will look on the map, or they'll look on Far Out, or they'll look on like the AWOL or Alda, and they'll see that town. Don't go there, man. I mean, you can if you want to, but you are going to have a 50-50 chance of getting out of there at the time you want to get out of there. A lot of times, we have multiple drivers, so we're able to set stuff up. We've saved a bunch of people, man. So, and we know everyone too, so we can call people. Like if someone calls a driver and they're not available, they'll come available if we call, man. Trust me, man. It happens all the time, dude. We'll just be like, hey, man, can you do this? Because you start off in Blairsville for some of these guys, and like we were saying, one ride doesn't do it. And a lot of these guys, they're not getting multiple rides. So to drive from Blairsville to Dahlonega, man, that's an hour and 10 minutes away for some of us, man. And it's like 60 miles, dude. And so if you're getting 15 miles to the gallon out here on these roads, and you're driving, a 6-cylinder, 8-cylinder vehicle, or a vehicle with all-terrain tires, whatever, dude, set up for this stuff, man, you're going to use up anywhere from 12 to 18 miles per gallon. So that type of deal, man, at 60 miles, 65 miles away, one way, that's a good, 5 gallons of gas right now, depending on what gas you're putting on your vehicle, man. That's $15-20, dude. So if you're driving over there to do a $50 ride, man, think about it. Plus you got to do the processing fees. You got to take stuff out for your car, man. I mean, it just keeps going on and on. By the time you're done, you're not making anything. What you're doing is you're starting your first day ride, man, and you're getting, you're starting to stack cash. And so anyways, that's why it's hard to get out of the Dahlonega. Next, so that's from like Springer Mountain, Hightower Gap, or really anything between mile 0 at Springer Mountain Park and to Woody Gap. You're going to see Dahlonega as a town. Lucky owns Above the Clouds right there in Suches. He's not open right now this time of year, but he's going to be back open here in about a month. And so that is one spot you want to hit. There's also Barefoot Hills. Barefoot Hills was another hostel. They are high priced. They are a Platinum Blaze type place, man. They're upscale. They used to be Hiker Hostel years ago when we first got here. The owners of Hiker Hostel, built it, was there for like 10 years or something, and sold it off for like $1 million or something, dude. And this was like, they had their game on too.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, dude. Like they had a van and they were picking people up down in Atlanta and Marta Station and bringing them to their hostel and having them. We had that going on at one time too, man. But we cut it out, man, because it's a lot of work, man, and a lot of planning, and it will make you tear your hair out if you don't have enough people on your team to make it all happen. Because that's a team work type deal right there, man. Or you'll run yourself ragged, and it's not worth the money. So. We would rather give more love and quality rides and make sure that we're taking care of our people, man, and ourselves at the same time, man. So it can wear you thin. Anyways, so they had it set up though, man. And so, but Barefoot, high price, man, nice place, dude. You still got to get a shuttle to town, man. And keep in mind, these hostels, dude, once you get there, you're going to be out of town, so you got to make a decision. What do you want for amenities, and how close to town do you want to be? Do you want to be able to walk to a hotel or a hostel, or what? Excuse me. Do you want to be able to walk to a restaurant or a store, or without having to pay for another ride on top of that $50 to $80 to $100 that you've already paid, man? Or I think Hiker Hostel or Barefoot's like $1.20 maybe. I'm not sure what they are anymore, man. But whatever price it is, you have to remember that you're going to be in the middle of nowhere. So make that decision, man. Lucky's place has a lot of stuff, so he's got a pretty cool setup, man. So definitely a good place to sit, man. And I'm not sure if he gives free rides to town. I'm not sure about that. There is a little store down the road, and I believe he has on-site resupply. Don't mark my words on it. He's still building. Dude's got it going on over there, man. Good spot. So another spot you may want to hit, dude, is Mountain Crossings has a hostel, and they are literally $35 a night, but you're going to see why. They got a bunk room, man. You got to share. You got to share the same area, man. So you're sniffing farts and socks and dirty laundry and sharing the same bathroom with a bunch of people, man. So you better have shower shoes and, you know, they're super clean. They clean up really well. We're friends with everyone up there. They come to our house and stuff. They're clean people. So they're super clean, but it's a hostel, man. It's a $35 a night hostel. It's a bunk room hostel. It's old school. That's the way they have to keep it too, because it's kind of like grandfathered in. Right. They can't go in and do anything. It's owned by the state. So they would love to redo it and do some carpentry work, but the state will not allow it because it's a historical building. It's leased by Mountain Crossings. It is not owned by them. So state has first say. That's how that works. So anyone that doesn't know that complains about Mountain Crossings, which I see all the time, that's why they're like that, man, because they can't do anything. They can't even put up a board, man, without asking the permission from the state, dude. That ain't no, man. Maybe not quite that bad, but yeah, man. They come in and check everything on too. I've seen them in there, man. Years ago, I slipped down on
I remember that.
And they couldn't do anything about it. Like, I took a huge digger down there, bro, and they could not do a thing about it because the state wouldn't allow them to fix that area. No joke. Messed up stuff, man. Anyways, so they're another spot, or you can go to the town of Blairsville, which is mile 31 of the Appalachian Trail, and it's about an hour from that spot, from like Horse Gap, Springer, High Tower, that type of stuff. It's about an hour, 40 miles, and depending on the driver, it could cost you from $80 to $100 to get there, maybe 60. Just depends, man. Just depends, man. And so Blairsville, Georgia has everything. You get a ride there, man. The hotels, there's 3 hotels in town, man. The Seasons Inn Plaza, where our shop, The Grateful Hiker, is. Awesome people. Chris and Colleen are superb people. Love hikers, man. It's all they... Just trust me, man. That is the place you want to go, man. Best Western, awesome spot too, man. Have hiker prices, man. Good people, owners are great. The front desk people are great. They have a breakfast.
They have the breakfast for the hikers, absolutely. And they can eat it there, or they have a bag to go that they can take if they're moving out right away. So you have both of those options there for your food, so you're not missing breakfast if you're heading right out the door.
Yes, and they're super cool, man. And they have the hiker prices also. And then you have the Comfort Inn, and you know, they have like, so these other spots that we're saying don't have like jacuzzis and stuff, so don't expect that. But the Comfort Inn does, and so they have jacuzzis and the continental breakfast, yada yada yada. And owners are cool, man, super cool people. We've been dealing with these people for years, man. So we're like personal, you know what I mean? Like, hey, what's going on? Yeah, passing on our numbers. But so, and like I was saying, there are businesses out there that have offered us like money to advertise them and to send people their way, and we do not accept that. Just that we don't do that. There are people that do. I don't care what they do. I'm just saying that what we say is because we've probably stayed there or have stayed there, and we personally know how they run their business and how they treat people and how they are as people in general. And so if we don't say a business and y'all see it out here, there's probably a reason why we don't. We don't have anything against them. We just know how they run. And so I'm on old hippie, if you can't tell, man, and I'm just a giver, man. So I don't care if someone gives me some. I don't need their money, dude. I don't need their advertising. We're not desperate. We don't beg hostels or hotels to give our name out. We just keep doing what's right, and good things come to us because we do the right thing, and people, you know, our name comes first because we're just doing the right thing, man. And so in life, I believe, and Mary does also, that you do the right thing, man, and the right thing will be done to you.
That's right.
So that's how we do our stuff, man. So anything that we're saying, we're not saying it because we're getting paid. I just want to put that out there, guys. wise. And so Blairsville, man, is definitely a good town. Those hotels are great. Not only are they great, but they're all in walking distance of the stores that you will need to resupply. And so there's everything there. There's restaurants, there's karaoke, there's bars, there's a distillery, there's Ingles, there's CVS, there's doctors, there's dentists, there's everything that a hiker may need when a hospital. And these are all the things throughout the years that we've had to tell people because they have a toothache on trail, or they fell down and broke their collar and need to be helicoptered out, or they had a heart attack on Springer and died, dude, before they even started their hike. Or in 2020, a dude, he was a onset dementia patient, dude, or something, man. He walked right off the waterfalls right at the beginning of the year, man. It was like March 14th, and the world was shutting down too, man. And so the dude came out, started walking up the trail, made a phone call, dropped his pack at the intersection of the hike in. And so going up the approach, it's about 5 miles up or something, man. And he drops his pack there at the intersection, makes a phone call to his family, disappears for like 2 weeks, and they found him at the bottom of a waterfall. And so just, crazy shit, man. But anyways, this is just Blairsville, dude, is definitely a good town to go to. Everything is right there, man. And so that's mile 31. And I think that anyone that goes from Springer Mountain to Woody Gap, Neil's actually, honestly, I think everything from Springer Mountain to Hogpen Gap, Blairsville is your town, man. And so anything after that, Hiawassee, a lot of people like to go Helen because it's a little party town, man, and they got it on their list because it's like German themed, and there's German food and beers, and people like to go down there. And Hiawassee is more of a it's got a brewery or distillery, and they got beer and food, and they've got hotels. They get the Holiday Inn,
the Budget Inn, and there's that new place that opened. I'm not catching the name of it right now. I've forgotten the name.
Oh, where Moles was?
Where Moles used to be. Right now,
it's like the Cove or something.
It's slipping off of me. I couldn't even pretend to know right now.
They just built like this new hotel in town, man, specifically for tourists and stuff, man. It was a dive years ago, man. Like, I walked up there that time, man. I walked up on the second tier, man, and so it was like one of those row hotels, like all the rooms on the bottom, and then you have a second tier, and all the rooms are just like facing right there, and there's a parking area. And so you go up the stairs at the one end of the building, and so the hiker was all the way down at the other end, man, and I had to walk across that second tier, bro. And it was like this, man. It felt like it was gonna fall over. And then I knocked on the door, man, and he opens up, bro, and it's like 70s porn room, man. It's got like musty mothballs smell, man. It might as well had a taped out dead body shape on the floor, man. This place was a dump. And so I think last year or the year before, man, they cleaned it all up, dude. And it's really nice now. Nice. And they set up some little cottages out there, and I believe they actually are having a problem with that right there. I think that, so the mayor of Hiawassee, man, I haven't followed it too much, man, but the word is she took a bunch of money, directed it towards a street, spent all the money on the street or something that was supposed to be spent on the town, man. And she was fixing the town up. Everyone was kind of like dressing their buildings up and building, man, but she like pushed some money a certain way. People found out about it, got mad. Now she is not the mayor anymore, and blah 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 blah. It's like small town drama, man. But that hotel thing, I think, had like connections, you know what I mean, man? And those little cottages on the end of the building, I believe, were built without like permission or like
without the proper
permits and stuff. And so I'm not sure what's going on with that, but that's the small town news here, man. So, but anyways, we're going to leave this at 20 minutes. We're going to call this part 1 of what gap to get off at, man, when you come to Georgia, because it's super important to know which gaps to get off at and why. We have the reasons why, man. We want you to have the smoothest hike possible. I really don't like hearing someone tell me that they don't have a ride out of somewhere and someone dropped them off there and they won't get them back out of there, man. And we hear that more often than not. And so this is what these drivers do out here that are not serious. And that's why we kind of just, hey, man, this is what's up, dude. So you guys know and can be prepared for that stuff, man, and know that, you know, it's a 50-50 shot if you do it this way, man. So anyways, more to come, guys. Thank you for listening. We're going to make part 2 tomorrow. All right. Peace.